While you were busy at work this morning, the Trump administration was busy at emailing grocery stores across the country, reminding them not to give special treatment to those that are currently relying on SNAP or EBT. So they essentially are saying, do not give special treatment to these individuals or give them discounts, literally. They go on to say if they want to continue to be eligible for SNAP or EBT, then they must comply. So SNAP literally ran out. People don't have money to go get food, right? 42 million Americans, half of which are children. And so now we're emailing and threatening grocery stores not to give discounts to those people that rely on SNAP. They only sent out this email because a number of grocery stores across the country already started offering discounts to those who were on SNAP at their grocery stores. Now the Trump administration is threatening grocery stores across the country that they will no longer be eligible for SNAP or EBT if they do not comply with their commands of a dictator.
Hi family, how you all doing? Welcome back again to my channel. My name is Olivia in case you're just seeing my face for the first time. So family, it's wild for me in 2025. The Trump administration is warning grocery stores not to give discounts, to people on food stamps. Like, how do you look at struggling families and say no, don't help them? People can't even afford groceries right now. And instead of you finding ways to make it easier for them, they are blocking the few who actually care, enough to try. That's not leadership, family. That's cruelty disguised as policy. Okay, because food is a basic right, not the privilege for the rich. Okay, so if you feel alright that all these people are struggling, if you feel okay and happy that um kids are starving, like there's no food for families, if that's what make you happy, then you are a beast. Because I don't know what else to, classify you as. So let's keep watching, family, okay? Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. I'll come back after a while. So stick with me.
Every day I'm fighting for my sanity. What do you mean Trump told grocery stores not to lower prices for people on SNAP? What do you... There were grocery stores that were doing that stopped because of him, yeah. And he used a policy that was created to prevent people from giving them worse service. The quality treatment policy, I believe is what it's called. He used that to say they can't get preferential treatment because they need help. I'm still helping people on SNAP. So if you don't plan to go to hell with some gasoline draws on, you can go to my page and share some money if you would like to help me in this endeavor. So if you're able to. Some of us don't have money to build a ballroom, so.
Donald Trump doesn't care about poor people, a statement that we all can agree is true, which is why it's really confusing that his base, which is MAGA, are mainly poor people. The Trump administration sent out a memo to groceries and grocery stores telling them they cannot provide or offer discounted goods to those people who have lost their SNAP benefits. The USDA sent out a memo to several grocers around the country who had planned to offer discounted produce and discounted goods to those recipients who have lost SNAP, telling them that they cannot treat SNAP recipients any differently, they cannot price things differently, and that they had to offer things at the regular price. This comes at the same time that Donald Trump threw a elaborate, lavish party for Halloween, spending millions of dollars to host people, while millions of people who are mainly in his base lose access to food, all because he doesn't want to guarantee that millions of people remain insured under affordable health care. Do you see how crazy that sounds? I have personally lived in a country that had a dictator that through lavish events, lavish weddings, lavish parties, where the bulk of the population was living under $1 a day. And where's that? not alive. We've seen this time and time and time again, where these people in power, they live a elaborate, lavish life, while people who supported them are living in austerity and destitution. And this is currently happening in America. Donald Trump has the lowest rating amongst white people that he's ever had from his first term until now, until he's been reelected. And I'm like, are people finally waking up to the fact that he doesn't give a fuck about you? It's not just people who look like me he doesn't care about. He doesn't care about poor people in general, because the poor people somehow always have his back. Groceries are higher, gas is higher, expenses are higher, the economy is down, but guess what's not down? Donald Trump's coffers. This is the president that has made billions of dollars since he's come into office.
Trump's Department of Agriculture just threatened thousands of grocery stores for trying to provide discounts to families who lost their SNAP benefits. Specifically, they're abusing a rule that was designed to protect SNAP recipients called the Equal Treatment Rule. The point of this rule was to ensure that grocery stores weren't discriminating against SNAP recipients and giving them equal opportunity and access to purchase food. But now, as the Trump administration freezes essential funds for the SNAP programs and families are starting to go hungry, they're actually arguing that this rule prevents grocery stores from offering discounts and helping starving families. This also seems like a good time to remind everyone that the only reason that families are starting to go hungry is because the Trump administration is refusing to release emergency funds that were designated to fund SNAP if the government froze. So all that's to say, the cruelty is the point. They're spending their time and resources ensuring that people go hungry, not working to prevent it. Now, obviously, Trump's interpretation of this rule will be challenged in court, but these cases take months that families don't have. But in the immediate, grocery stores could get around this legal hurdle by offering discounts to those in need without specifying SNAP status, just implying it. The thought I'm left with here is that the government should be working this hard to help people, not intentionally hurt them.
And the breathtaking cruelty continues. This is so evil, it takes my breath away. Under Trump's direction, the USDA sent out emails to grocery stores and businesses across the nation, telling them that they cannot legally offer discounts to people who did not receive their SNAP benefits this month. You heard that right. They are not legally permitted to help the citizens of this country afford food. They literally emailed out warnings to these stores telling them that they are not to provide discounted food. Because several grocery stores and chains have said that they were going to provide discounts to people who did not receive their SNAP benefits, because we don't want to be surrounded by starving people. We have a moral duty to care for each other in this country. That is what a society is. If that's not what a society is, I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be opting out. The email literally read, "You cannot treat SNAP customers differently from any other customer. Offering discounts or services only to SNAP customers is a SNAP violation unless you have a SNAP equal treatment waiver." And apparently SNAP's equal treatment rule basically just says that you have to treat SNAP customers exactly the same as other customers. You can't charge them more or less. Tell me again how this is a Christian country. I dare you.
We have some news right now. The Trump administration is emailing grocery stores across the country, telling them and reminding them that they cannot give special treatment like subtle discounts to individuals that rely on SNAP benefits during this difficult time for many Americans. Essentially, some groceries around the country started offering discounts for SNAP and EBT eligible Americans because they simply can't afford full price groceries at a time where SNAP benefits aren't being paid out. And now the Trump administration is emailing grocery stores across the country saying if they want to keep their SNAP EBT eligibility, then they have to comply with the equal treatment rule, which prohibits grocery stores from selling products to individuals eligible for SNAP at a reduced rate. But if you think about this equal treatment rule, it's designed to prohibit grocery stores from reducing the rate of food for SNAP payments, not giving discounts for individuals when SNAP payments are unavailable. And many are now saying that this is just cruelty on behalf of the Trump administration. And now grocery stores across the country are pulling any of these discounts it was giving those eligible for SNAP and food assistance. Spread the word, follow along for all the news you need to know about.
Trump just punished grocery stores for helping hungry families. Some grocery stores were doing the right thing, giving a few dollars off for families using SNAP. Just small discounts meant to help people stretch their benefits when everything costs more than it did last month. But now Trump's USDA has warned those stores that if they keep offering those discounts, they could lose their right to accept SNAP entirely. And guess what's happening? Some stores are already pulling those discounts back out of fear. Think about that. The government isn't angry at corporations raising prices. They're angry at stores trying to make food cheaper. They're not protecting fairness. They're protecting control. They're calling it the equal treatment rule. But equality isn't when rich and poor both have the right to pay full price. It's when the poor actually have a fair shot to eat. Over 40 million rely on SNAP just to survive. And Trump's administration is now threatening a few stores that actually care enough to help. And that's not leadership. That's cruelty disguised as policy. If you care about this, share it, because silence is exactly what they're counting on.
Okay, the Trump administration is now emailing grocery stores telling them they can't offer discounts to SNAP-eligible Americans that can't afford food right now since Donald Trump is refusing to fund SNAP benefits. So over 30 days ago, the government shut down. And because of that, on November 1st, the Department of Agriculture ran out of money to keep food stamps going. And 41 million Americans lost their SNAP benefits, including 13 million children. Now, in response to this, the Trump administration could have taken emergency funding from Congress to keep these SNAP benefits running, to stop 41 million Americans from starving. Did they? Absolutely not. And because of that, groceries have started to offer discounts to those SNAP-eligible Americans that are no longer receiving benefits to help them during this hard time. The Trump administration saw grocery stores doing this and said, hell no, they're not allowed to eat, and told the grocery stores to stop. Now, if you're wondering why the Trump administration has the authority to tell these grocery stores to stop, it's because SNAP-eligible grocery stores have to comply with the equal treatment rule, which means they can't sell their products at a discounted rate to SNAP-eligible Americans. Now, the point of this rule is to prevent SNAP-eligible Americans from using their SNAP benefits to buy goods that are already at a discounted rate, not to prevent grocery stores from giving them a helping hand in a time where the federal government is failing to fund their SNAP benefits because it's shut down. Anyways, that's it for now. This is very cruel, but very expected from somebody like Trump.
I am telling you right now, if I see a family or a child or even just a grown adult stealing, not my job, not my problem. And I can guarantee you there are workers that it's not their job or their problem either. But there's an entire generation of people, Gen X, who will make a scene.
The USDA allegedly sent a letter to grocery stores across the country prohibiting them from offering discounts to people who have lost their SNAP benefits. The basis for this email is SNAP's equal treatment rule, which requires that stores treat SNAP recipients the same as other customers. The email warns retailers that giving any sort of discount or preferential treatment is a violation of SNAP policy unless a store has an equal treatment waiver for non-SNAP recipients. If a store is caught violating this policy, they may lose eligibility to accept SNAP benefits as a form of payment in the future. On October 31st, 2 federal judges ruled that the Trump administration must begin using contingency funds to keep SNAP benefits going during the government shutdown. In response to the ruling, the administration announced that they would provide partial payments for November, but likely delayed. However, Trump claimed in a Truth Social post on November 4th that no SNAP benefits will be given until the shutdown ends. It is not yet clear whether Trump's statement is an actual policy decision or simply a threat, given that it contradicts his administration's decision from the day prior. The SNAP Equal Treatment Rule was originally created to protect SNAP recipients from discrimination or harassment. However, some critics say the rule is now being weaponized to deter people from trying to help those experiencing financial hardship and possible starvation. According to MSNBC reporter Catherine Rampel, at least 2 grocery stores that had previously begun offering discounts to SNAP recipients withdrew these discounts after receiving the email. While businesses and communities tried to band together and create solutions in the face of the shutdown, the back-and-forth policy decisions only perpetuate confusion and worry for SNAP recipients.
It is going to collapse. The sooner we realize that and understand that and prepare for that, it's going to be a lot easier for most of us. It will collapse. The principal just posted on Truth Social, and he says that the SNAP benefits will only be paid out when the government is reopened. Now, and he said only when the radical left, meaning the Democrats, are coming into agreement and the government is open, that's when this is what he said on Truth Social, okay? Now, we do know that there was 2 court orders lawfully with for them to order partial SNAP benefits to people. And this will technically be a violation of 2 different court orders. I'm telling y'all, I said it before, prophetically I spoke it when it all happened. I said that this is the start of the collapse. And this shutdown that they're doing, I told y'all that all of this is by design. Okay, these things must happen. Now we must understand what's going on. Their jobs are disappearing. People are being let go. Jobs are being disappearing. Insurances are rising. There is so many things that is in alignment that is going to escalate this to collapsing. I don't care who you are, if you're not a biggie wig, any upper echelons, you are having some type of financial struggle right now. Food is through the complete roof, literally. And we all feel it, we all see it. There's money going out left and right. People are just working enough to barely get by, right? People aren't buying things. If you go into these retail stores, y'all ain't noticed, because I'm trying to worry about all these people who be having feast on this app, eating all of these big meals. You ain't finna see that no more. And the people who be doing them food reviews with mukbangs, you don't see that no more on this app. You don't see people showing what they then bought, went to the store. You know, all of that stuff then stopped because people are not into retail. People are not buying. They're trying to save and minimalize all of their coins. Everybody is feeling it. Something I found interesting is the trucking. When the trucking companies and things slow down, that's how you know that we are in some deep stuff. Even the bigger trucking companies, they're all slowed down, and in which they had to get rid of a lot of different people. And what's happening is because of the tariffs, the prices have already skyrocketed for the trucking, the trucking industry, due to the tariffs. We all know that the tariffs is smaller companies ain't made it, and they not gonna make it. By next year, we're going to see so many closures of different companies, malls. We've already seen it. One thing I'm going to leave y'all with, they're all moving into military bases. What do they know that we don't know? You will not be able to hide the wrath of God. That's all I'm going to say. You have Miller, you have Rubio, Bondi, Mace, Hegseth. They all moving into this. Go look it up. Why are they doing this? What do they know that we don't know? There's a lot already going on. There's a lot that is coming. There's a lot of deception that is on the rise. I want y'all to keep that word deception in your minds. So when things happen, it automatically come back to your spirit. Deception, because it is on the rise. Deceptive behavior is getting ready to happen. But more bigger than that, there's also a huge collapse that will and has to take place. And this has to happen because of the Bible prophecy that must be fulfilled. There's things that has to take place. So we must understand that this is coming. We've had since 2020, we've been hollering, prepare, stock up, do this. This is the moment that we have been speaking of. I always ask, you're not fearful, you're not afraid? No, because whatever God has ordained, it has to happen. And if he has allowed us to be here in these moments and to go through these times, then we are very well capable. He has built us. There's something that he's placed in us to be able to endure. And that's the mindset we must take. We must read our word, build up our faith, and endure through these hard times, because they're coming. They're actually already here. They're just the alignment with everything is taking place. The Bible says the one that endureth till the end. I believe that he was talking about this hour. He was speaking about this time. But it has to happen. It's going to happen. It is. Deception and the collapse is on the way.
The Trump administration may go down in history as one of the worst administrations ever, and here is why. So we all know about the SNAP benefits running out as the government shutdown has continued and Republicans refuse to compromise with the Democrats in the slightest bit, but we already knew that, and that is why SNAP benefits have now been eliminated as of right now. But 2 federal judges said that the United States and Donald Trump needed to use the emergency fund that the Department of Agriculture had, and the Trump administration is dragging its feet on that. But we already knew that. But here is the
salt on the wound, the further injury to those 42 million people who rely on SNAP benefits just to eat. And that is that the Donald Trump administration has sent out a nasty warning email to all the grocery stores across the United States that they had better not lower prices for those needing food assistance, those eligible for SNAP. They had better not lower those prices, because if they do, they'll be in violation of the law, which says you cannot change the price for anybody that is on EBT. Now, what was the purpose of this law? It was so that the grocery stores would not take advantage of SNAP benefits and jack up the price artificially upon those who are using an EBT card while charging a lower rate for the general public. Instead, Donald Trump is now saying, ha, we got you, because grocery stores across the country have said, hey, if the Trump administration is not going to take care of our fellow Americans, we will. We're going to lower the prices for those who have EBT cards, but there's no money on them. We will give them a discount coming out of our pocket while keeping all the rest of the prices the same. And the Trump administration said, you're not going to do that. Why? Because they want people to feel the pain. Because they think that if that happens, that they'll blame the Democrats. But it isn't Democrats sending an email threatening grocery stores that if they try to help out their fellow Americans, then they will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. That would be none other than Donald Trump. Now, the real question is, what do you guys think about this?
So Trump and your administration, if helping the poor people offends your policy, maybe the problem isn't the people, it's the policy. Okay, so if you like this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Of course, support the channel by subscribing to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye and stay safe.